Alright, doing one on the Maco 300 I picked up from the Dayton Hamfest. I got it because it looked clean, and I looked on the inside and it was dusty. But I saw M2057 tubes, or what I thought they were, and I cleaned it up, and sure enough, original Maco labeled M2057 tubes in it. 5 of them, one driving 4. And the amp is very clean, you know, for its age. It was so clean, I actually fired it up with the original caps in it, and I let the smoke out of the high voltage cap. Had to pop, and it wasn't, at least it wasn't a terrible bang, but the pop and the smell and the smoke out. So we replaced the electrolytic caps, which I should have done in the first place, but it looked so clean and minty under the inside that I didn't do it. Got lazy, and you know, glad the cap didn't spew and go crazy and, you know, mess stuff up. So kind of got lucky there. So now with new caps in it, you know, cleaned it up, the dust off, and underneath it looks pretty much mint on this thing. So got it tuned up. Also got the new radio that we got for a really good price at Dayton, the Lincoln 2. I'm on a dummy load, not broadcasting over the air. Dummy load, true watts. I think the Lincoln is dead keen about 4 and swinging about 6. You know, we don't have a watt meter in line in between the Lincoln and the Maco, but anyway, we got the Lincoln dialed all the way down on the RF power, and we're gonna key her down. We're gonna put it on average first. You know, look around. It's live, so I'm not gonna get too close. I'll probably do another one coming up, just a walkthrough showing it unplugged, so we can take some, you know, better visuals of it. So we're just gonna key her down right quick. 2000 watt scale, dead keying just above 300. Audio, talking, standing still, and blowing, whistling to about 400 on average. Last we're gonna put it on peak. Remember, that's a dummy load, no false watts. Audio, bumping about 600 peak. Everything works on this thing. Lights, meter, you tune right up. You know, the new caps in it. This guy's ready to go. I like it. Very happy. I'm glad the hams have a disdain for sweep tube amps, and we're pretty much smiling to themselves to get. I think I paid $1.25 or $100 for this thing. It was either one or the other, and that's, you know, with me seeing the M2057s in it, and again, the hams that were selling it were happy to get rid of it, because, you know, to them it's just a junk sweep tube box, and, you know, hams don't like sweep tubes. And to me it was like, hey, I see 5 M2057s and a nice clean Maco 300. Yep, I'll give 100 for that in a heartbeat. And by the way, even though I paid 100 or 125 for it, I ain't selling it for that. I actually might plan on keeping this one unless somebody makes me a yellow table boatload unobtainium offer for it. Alright, that's gonna be, well, one more thing I wanted to say. On Facebook and even here on YouTube, I see people saying, you know, they get 900, 1,000, you know, watts out of this thing. I say, yeah, you can for a minute until you blow it up. Even the M2057 tubes, you know, 4 of them, you're gonna get 1,000 out of it, or 900. Nope. And then look at that transformer. That is not a transformer capable of putting out 900 to 1,000 watts, or at least not for very long. The bigger boxes, the Maco 750, has 2 of these transformers. And the Maco KW has 2 bigger of these transformers, right? So, you know, yeah, you can get 1,000 watts out of it, but not for long. It won't hold up that way. You're going to be going to the goodie store buying tubes until you blow up that transformer, and those are hard to come by. Okay, that's it for the Maco 300. Bye.